hold up. I know that you've seen me before. I had a fucking 2 million view non-niche stitch on TikTok before I got fucking banned for standing up against Putin propaganda and standing up for trans rights. You've seen me before. And you guys call me a snowflake. And I got banned. And I'm in Texas. I'm in a literal fucking echo chamber. I'm in a literal echo chamber. These people want a fascist theocracy. And you hear me talking shit about 7 Mountain Mandate, which morphed into Project 2025. The MAGA conservatives at CPAC, rallying around with Yahtzees that they want to end our democracy. I can't even believe that I have to explain it to people. Like, anybody who stands up for that man, I can tell you, they have not read one goddamn thing in those indictments, and they won't, because it's so damning, it will destroy their whole worldview, and they're scared to death of it. And I would rather make this video than make money, because I think people need to fucking know what's going on right now. We don't need to be figuring things out 5-10 years from now. That's absurd. The information is happening in real time. History is in the making, and the MAGA Republicans have taken the torch from the KKK and from the Daughters of the Confederacy, and they're trying to rise again as the South. And the actual Nazis in Germany are obsessed with the Confederacy. Hitler was impressed with the Confederacy, okay? So there's this weird tie with the fucking fascist Nazis in Germany, with the Confederacy in the South, and the Daughters of the Confederacy propaganda that we see today through Alliance Defending Freedom, Focus on the Family, Heritage Foundation. But the Russians, those motherfuckers like the Nazis too. They had a secret pact with the fucking Nazis the first 2 years of World War II. Hitler stabbed them in the back. They ended up getting all that extra land that they wanted anyway. The Soviets ended up getting a bunch of fucking land out of that. So they were gonna win playing both sides, just like they do today. They play all the sides. They want America to go down, and then I see Americans who seemingly think they're patriots, puppeting, parroting, whatever you want to call it, the exact same shit that Putin does. And get the fuck out of here with Israel and Palestine. Obviously, fucking Netanyahu's a bitch and needs to be taken out of power. And he's fucking killing civilians indiscriminately. But I'm not as obsessed with Netanyahu, not because I'm a liberal snowflake, but it's because that conflict has been answered. We know what the fuck's going on with that. There needs to be a ceasefire fucking immediately. Like, as I talk, cease fucking fire. Now, as far as Putin, everybody in Europe knows that motherfucker ain't gonna quit after Ukraine. And he's done some heinous ass shit in Ukraine. Anybody who stands up for that right now, you're going to fucking rotten hell, if there is one. There's no fucking question about that. I think we're probably living in fucking hell right now, is my fucking guess. Especially if you put an autocrat in power. Like, it's gonna be the end of anything good that you think there still is. And life sucked before. Like, now it's just fucking good, complete trash with MAGA autocracy. I mean, the CPAC, they're fucking goddamn fucking Nazis. They're just straight up Nazis, okay? So, if you want to see what I'm talking about and you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about and you're still watching this, the 7 Mountain Mandate called to basically have, alt-right MAGA type people take over all forms of society. One of which are, local government and federal government, of course, but then there's media, there's sports, there's, all this business, there's these different complexes, industrial complexes all over to get their hands in. So not only are they putting these zealots in local offices when you're not looking, but they're taking away information that's historically relevant to fighting racial injustice from public schools. They demonize public schools. They've taken away bodily autonomy with Roe v. Wade. They fucking laughed that they fucking corrupted SCOTUS. this is a joke to them, this is absolutely fucking heinous. It has to end. And we're obviously working on it. People are talking about it. I get it. There's a lot of people talking about it. But I see a general attitude that MAGA has brought that is now overtly, it used to be subverted. Now it's overt in our faces and we have to live with it. I denounce that. I do not accept MAGA as mainstream. I just do not, and I will not. I will never. But if you want to see a specific example of what I'm talking about, the disinformation, propaganda from Putin, laundered through MAGA to, unsuspected low information voters, go to Amazon Prime and look up War Horse 1. It had 4.5 stars on IMDb. And I was interested because it was kind of a recent movie about the withdrawal of Afghanistan. I made a recent short about the Doha Agreement. You can go watch Tommy's live on Twitch. He makes YouTubes. He discusses this type of thing all the time. It's public information. We're using primary sources to discuss, when we find out what concerns us, we go to primary sources. And y'all seem to not know how to do that. And then you also think it's funny to not do that. And all you are is this ideologue that is just destroying something that you probably don't even want to destroy. You probably don't even know what you're doing. But if you want to see an example of the 7 Mountain Mandate, Project 2025, taking over 7 pillars of society, this specific example with media, War Horse 1, they spread disinformation, Putin propaganda, MAGA disinformation or misinformation from the get-go, from the first fucking minute, 2 minutes of the movie. It's insane. They say that the 3 administrations prior held it together in Afghanistan, and then what is this administration doing? Just throwing it all away, like trashing it? Like, no. Donald Trump signed the Doha Agreement with the Taliban at Camp David and released 5,000 Taliban prisoners, one of which was a commander in one of the most vital city takeovers in the fall of Afghanistan government. It's fucking wild to me. And Trump doesn't want people to know that because he knows that was fucking awful. That man is shitting himself right now. If you support him or are thinking about supporting him, you are pro-Soviet. And my grandpa and all of his colleagues and war buddies, they didn't fight in World War II. So you guys can push Soviet fucking bullshit on us. I know people that are alive today that their spouses fought in the Cold War against this type of bullshit on the front lines. This is the most absurd dereliction of duty and disrespect to just society and humankind I've ever seen in my fucking 40-some years. You guys want to put that person back in office, that says a lot more about y'all. And I frankly want nothing to do with any of that. So fuck Netanyahu, fuck Putin, fuck Trump, fuck Elon Musk, fuck all of MAGA, fuck CPAC, and definitely fuck Joe Rogan. I'm not going to live the next 40 years of my life seeing one of those motherfuckers have anything to do with any of this shit. That's fucking for goddamn sure.